Road safety campaign starting all over the country. Can you start with some bad news? 10 people have been killed in a collision between a car and a bakkie on a road between Delareyville and Atamelang in the northwest province. The accident happened after 8 o'clock last night. Police say those who were seriously injured in the accident were taken to nearby hospitals. In anticipation of the coming festive season, various provinces around the country have launched their festive season road campaigns, as we saw a little bit earlier, and once again spoken words of warning to thousands of you and us on the roads during the holiday season this year. Most road fatalities are caused by irresponsible human behaviour. The main focus this year will once again be to decrease road crashes, injuries, as well as fatalities across the country. Throughout the year, we were joined every month by the chairman and founding member of Justice Project South Africa, Howard Dembovsky, in an effort to highlight the problems on our roads, not only during peak time, that is now, but also throughout the year. He joins us again today. Good morning to you, Howard. Thanks for coming through again.
Morning, Evan.
Can't believe it's almost a year later. Are we heeding the calls that we constantly see? Is there any strides being made to be having safer roads?
I think for evidence of what kind of performance we've got, we just need to look at the daily reports of high fatalities, high injuries taking place on our roads. Nobody's heeding the call. But it's hardly surprising because nothing has changed over the last 12 months. In fact, nothing's changed over the last couple of decades. We keep on doing the same things and expecting different results. And we're not getting there. We need to start getting creative. Have a look. Just have a look at how many people are getting slaughtered on our roads, how many people are getting maimed on our roads. The fact is that this situation is not improving whatsoever. And only last week we had our statistician general turn around and say that we're talking nonsense. We're not having 17,000 people killed on our roads every year. We're only having 5,000. That is counterproductive. The fact is that the bodies in the mortuaries, regardless of whether they are actually stated to have been road traffic crash victims or other, are road traffic crash victims. And the situation is dire.
There always seem to be these incidents, and now in the time of social media, last week it was a buzz. We saw a very well-known young man in Cape Town flying out of a car, a convertible. Obviously, it seemed like he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, which is one of the main problems we have on our roads. What do you make of that video? And then just tell us about seatbelts and what needs to happen.
Well, actually, if you have a look at that video in HD, you'll notice that not only one person, but two people got flung out of that vehicle, neither of them wearing seatbelts. And the fact is that they would not have been flung out of that vehicle if they were wearing their seatbelts. It's a very unfortunate situation that people don't understand that you can break the laws that are made by Parliament and made by man and woman, but you cannot break the laws of physics. And the fact is that when a vehicle suddenly comes to a stop and you're not strapped into it, you will not come to a stop. And that's what will happen. And unfortunately, these kind of things lead to fatalities. They lead to serious injuries. And people need to understand this. More in particularly, we keep on talking about parents who drive around with their kids not strapped into their vehicles. Yeah. They are driving around with unguided missiles in their motor vehicles. Please, let's start getting responsible about our own lives if we can't be responsible about everybody else's.
Another video a little bit earlier this year, and you know, people will be heading home shortly, and the majority of South Africans travelling out of the big cities will be using public transport. Now, a video that we saw earlier this year is about 20 plus people cramming into a minibus taxi. Here we have the pictures of that. Is that a major issue at this time of the year?
Overloading is an issue all throughout the year. The fact is that minibus taxi operators, unscrupulous ones, will overload their taxis because it means more fares for them. But what they don't understand is that doesn't increase the capacity of the tires of that vehicle. It doesn't increase the carrying capacity of that motor vehicle. It doesn't lead to the safety of those passengers. There's a law that says that if a seatbelt is provided, you must wear it. Now, the fact is, if you have a look at most late minibus taxis, they've got seatbelts. But have a look at how many people wear them. And I'll tell you right now that it's very, very close to zero, if it isn't zero.
Well, Howard, we've run out of time. We can continue talking about this. It's that time of the year where road safety is uppermost in people's minds, but it should be the case throughout the whole year. Thank you for joining us.
Just one thing, please. This time, when you go on holiday, let your holiday start at home before you leave and relax on our roads, because aggressive driving is the main cause of crashes.
Thank you very much. Howard Dembovsky, who is the chairman and founding member of the Justice Project South Africa, that we wrap it today. Newsroom, of course, broadcast live from our studios here in Auckland Park, Johannesburg, every weekday morning between 9 and 10 a.m. The show repeats at 2 in the afternoon with a rebroadcast at 5 a.m. the following day. We're also live on YouTube at that time, with the show available on demand on our YouTube channel. This is SABC News. You have been watching Newsroom. We love it in the morning.